Hey you guys, it's Hillary and I am back with another video for you guys. This is going to be a story time on when I met my brother. These are stories that I heard from my mom, my father, and my grandparents. Alright, so where do I get started? Matter of fact, I know where. We're going to take it back to when my parents first met. We're going to call my mother's friend Jasmine. So my mother's friend Jasmine had a boyfriend, Mike. And Mike was cool with my father. So Jasmine tells my mom, like, hey, we need to hang out. Let's just hang out, have some drinks. My mom goes, have some fun. She tries to have some fun, have some drinks with her, Mike, and my father. And they're all chilling. But for some reason, like, sparks didn't fly right away with my parents. So later on that day, she went back home. And like 1 in the morning, Jasmine calls and she's like, girl, we're downstairs. It's me, Mike, and Tony. That's my father's name. And Tony, we're downstairs, come open the door for us. So my mom is so lost and confused. It's late at night. And she opens the door for them and they come upstairs. And I guess my father was being super shy because he was interested in my mom. So from then on in, they were inseparable. Months go by after that. And Mike gets locked up. So when Mike gets released, my father's like, it's New Year's. Either it was New Year's or Christmas. Let's go out, let's have some fun. They went to the corner store real quick to get some drinks and they met up with a few friends. So while they're in the corner store, they was playing dice. So as they were playing dice, a shootout happened. Both Mike and my father got shot. Mike got shot like 16 times and passed away. My father got shot 3 times and he runs back into the house and he's literally out of breath and he's bleeding. He's literally dying. My father was literally dying and he just falls on the ground. My mom is like, what in the hell is going on? My mom is trying to wake my father up. She's slapping him, waking him up. She called the ambulance. The ambulance is coming. And as she's looking at my father is literally dying in her arms. Finally, the ambulance came, got my father, took my father to the hospital, and my father was literally in critical condition. Keep in mind, my parents only been together but for a few months. He didn't know none of his family to contact any of his family members like that. Now, the doctor says that my father needed a blood transfusion, and he asked my mom if he was allowed to do that. And my mom says yeah, because she wanted him to live. So they stabled my father. He ends up in stable condition. And as time goes by, as my father was healing, my mom found a way to contact his parents, right? So now my grandparents are Jehovah's Witnesses, right? They do not, if you know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses, they do not believe in none of that. So when my grandparents came to the hospital, not only did they not know or met or spoke to or knew anything about my mom, but this random ass woman is making decisions that we wouldn't even make. You understand? So they was hella upset. I did not let you guys know. Whole time my father was with my mom, he had a whole other female pregnant. And my mom did not know none of this. Grandparents knew about it, but my mom didn't know about it. So they're even more confused. They spoke to my father and they told my father, like, listen, you have responsibilities you have to take care of. My father, he finally recovers the day that they was going to release him. He speaks to my mom and he's like, listen, I'm gonna live with my parents right now until I fully healed, but I have a child and I want to take care of my child. So my mom was just so confused with everything. It was just like, oh, okay. As my daddy came crawling right back to my mama, but my mother wasn't having all of that like loosey-goosey shit. Now fast forward, my brother was like 2 to 3 years old. I was already like 1, right? My parents both wanted to make sure that I had a connection, a relationship with my brother, with my older brother. One day, my father went with my grandparents to the Bronx so that I can finally meet my brother, and we was gonna start this, play date thing so we can grow up together, right? Don't know what happened. An argument broke out between my father and my brother's mother, right? So of course, everyone who knows who's going through this, I'm not even going through this. I don't even have kids, but I know co-parenting is very difficult. We got kicked out. We got kicked out. So I was not able to see my brother, hang out with my brother. That was the first and last time I ever met my brother. I was 1 or 2, he was 3 or 4. Oh, now fast forward, I was on my little computer and I was on Facebook, on YouTube, on Uvu. If you know Uvu, you know Uvu's on Uvu, me and my cousin. And my mother was in the next room watching her novelas, right? Watching her novelas, minding her own business. And she came out that room and she was like, we're gonna find your brother today. I'm looking at her like, Ma, please don't waste my time. My cousin was weak as hell. Like, what came over your mother? Like, where she came from? I promise you, that woman was on a mission that day because, hear me out. This is how it went. My mom was like, okay, so get on your little Facebook, right? Open up my Facebook. She's like, all right, put his first name, put his last name, and we're gonna go through every profile to see who's who. Ma'am, who the fuck got time for that? Who got time for that? She looked me dead in my face and was like, you got time for that. So that's exactly what we did. We started going through every last profile, and she was like, well, if the date of birth doesn't match his birthday, don't even pay attention to their profile. I was sitting there for some time now, I'm like, Ma, that's not gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna find him. She randomly was like, let me see. She grabbed the mouse, started scrolling, and she was like, this one right here. Clicks on the page. The name matches, the first name matches, the date of birth matches. When I looked at this boy, his face matched. When I'm talking about my brother was this literal spitting image of my father, it was like my father had a doppelganger, like legit a twin. My mom could not stop saying it. That's your brother. He looks just like your father. I was like, write him right now. Ask him if his mom name is and if they live in the Bronx. My brother, I wish I had these messages because I don't have these messages no more. I was looking back on my Facebook to see if I can find them. I don't have them anymore. It's so sad because it was insane to me how we just like, how it happened. Like, so I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you have any siblings? Like, I have a brother, his name is Justin, and he looked like you. You guys have the same birthday, you guys share the same birthday. So I wanted to know if it was you. He's like, yeah, like, he was very much standoffish, and I understand because I think he knew of me. We ended up getting on the phone, and his mom was speaking to my mom, and I was speaking to him. And it was just so weird. Like, at first it was very much weird. Like, is this really happening? Like, is this really happening? Did my mom just find my brother? Yes, the fuck she did. She found my brother. I found him. We, honestly, like, we ended up just linking up. But me and him, we're super cool. He's super funny. I just wished that we knew each other since younger. I wish that we had, like, a connection, a relationship since younger, but it's fine because we're fully grown adults now, and it's not like we can't do it now and have a relationship now, which we do. Yeah, and I actually wanted to interview him for this video because I wanted to see what he felt when we first met. So if I can get that interview with him and put it in this video, you guys will see that. If not, that's the story time on how and when I met my brother. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you are notified every time I post. And yeah, see you in the next video. Later, you guys.